Alright there, my name's Ragtag and I'm a world champion loser at Apex Legends. When anyone thinks of my name, they probably liken me to an underdog hero. You know, that one guy who gets beaten to his knees again and again, only to rise up and jump into the fray with renewed vigor once more. The only difference between me and that underdog is I'm a complete idiot. I have no idea what I'm doing and I never learn from my mistakes because I'm a bag of shite. But that's alright. Because my journey into the underworld of the gutter tier always makes for plenty of stories to recount and allow you, the piece of shit, loyal viewer, the chance to get a peek into the complicated mind of someone who has the learning curve of a limbless sewer rat. Anyway, today we have a teammate who tilts me into playing like a complete donkey, which all started because I made one horrific error of judgment. So, we just had your average game, you know, Octane passing me the reins, and I wanted to land hot on the supply ship for fast loot, fast combat, and probably a fast end to the match. Lucky for me that the enemy wanted to look Bangalore in the eye as they prepared to finish them off. Anyway, now we were the champions of the supply ship, it was time to jump down. But with me being Pathfinder, I was going to swing my way towards the loot using my expert grappling hook technique. Like, just shut your mouths, right? Accidents happen. So we cross through Bridge Valley to reach Hydro Dam, get ourselves a breather and load up with loot for the next team fight. Now I could hear that there were some serious battles going on in the next area, but it seemed far enough away that we had time to gear up before engaging them. However, it wasn't long before I decided to throw up my zipline to the high ground to have a look. Just out of curiosity, you know? Alright, so a lucky shot on the wingman wasn't about to win me any fights, so I ducked back down the line for some healing, only to see that our Bangalore had popped smoke to heal. Maybe they were in a fight themselves, but it turns out he wasn't. Just another loser going as painfully slow as a snail slithering over the straight edge of a razor. But that's alright, a quick regroup and we'd be right back up for round 2. With the fight now over, the realization hadn't yet dawned upon us just how far away the next ring actually was. We had a long way to go, and not much healing to help us along the way. Now, Respawn put a patch in a few hours after this game was played, designed to prevent the pathetic losers from running outside the ring all day long and getting themselves a hot streak by simply letting the level 1 red zone slowly tickle them like the gentle cancer cook of a sunbed. And while we were benefiting from such low damage, we were victims of circumstance as opposed to milkers of a streak. I actually don't care what number you put next to a golden turd. It doesn't make me think I'm a better player. In fact, if I displayed a 10 win streak of getting into the top 5 all those times, all I'd do is tilt the fuck out of my team by being a lot worse than expected. Oh yeah, speaking of tilt, after a while, our slow donkey popping smoke Bangalore was getting dangerously low, so I dropped a syringe for them. Dickhead! Anyway, with me having given away my last syringe, all I had left now was a Phoenix kit, so there was no more time to mess around. We had to catch up to that ring before it moved yet again. Octane pinged towards bunker, so we headed into it only to find that it was already looted. But on the other side, someone had littered a load of junk, including 2 syringes. So I took one because I wasn't about to be letting Bangalore be left without a chair where the music stopped. And when they finally caught up, I dropped them that syringe. Now, the enemy hadn't spotted us yet, so that was good. But then Bangalore decided to let the entire map know where we were. At this point, I should have realised I was tilted. Bangalore was slow, I kept giving them my health, and then they popped smoke to heal no matter where they were. And worse than that, I was just about to be tested.
I am taking fire, friends.
I had no idea where the hell that came from, so I looked around the outside of the ring to get to the buildings. And I started to get this sinking feeling in my stomach that things are about to take a turn for the worse. I heard another squad in the distance. I couldn't resist just a little pop. Now, at least I knew there were 2 squads either side of us, and Octane was starting to follow me, which was good, but it turns out that the shots earlier were coming from the supply ship, and it was time to make a decision. Bangalore chucked their ult right on top of the dropship. I didn't think about it, I didn't even look, but most importantly, I didn't give a fuck. It was time to act. So yeah, a few seconds later they both died, and I just decided to queue up again immediately. Pretty angry that I hadn't even looked for my loser teammates before charging into combat, because I just wasn't good enough to 1v3. But another tilt was waiting to happen. You see, our Wraith didn't like the sound of airbase, so they decided to desert the team and descend into runoff like a total fucking idiot. Nothing feels closer to having a cheese grater run across your bum cheeks than the betrayal of a solo launcher. And there was no doubt in my mind at this point, I was definitely pissed off. And if we ran into a full squad, I knew we'd be in trouble. So I looted as much as I could and checked out the next ring location. Okay, so he was far, but the chances of a regroup was still there, so I decided to head north to catch up to our lone wolf Wraith. After all, he was only one area away from us, so all we had to do was get to him without incident. And blue body armor would definitely help. However, before I got the chance, my other teammate was in trouble, so with fury in my heart and no regard for my own safety, I leapt off that ledge. That would be a good time to recharge my shield, eh? Yeah, it would. But we're not gonna, because we're tilted, and we want to fight!
Friends, I am down.
The thoughts going through my head right there were pretty much along the lines of, screw this game, I'm done with it for the day, can't be arsed with this crap, and I'm playing worse than usual because of how I feel about my team. I leaned back into my chair and prayed for a merciful death. But then, something happened that I did not expect. What the? Get in there, you fucking bastard! And once Wraith had come back for me, all of a sudden, I felt hope return, faith that they cared about the team. This could be the start of something new, a comeback, the rise of the God tier gamer. Better actually fucking heal this time.
Squad.
With us being crowned victors of the airbase, we gathered our things and made a new plan. Seemed like a good idea to go and check out Bunker, and Wraith agreed. But by the time I got there, they spotted enemies out in the open, so we rerouted and charged towards our next victims.
Opening fire. Reloading. Enemy down. Whole squad down.
Took out 2 enemies by himself. Okay, I was starting to think that maybe our Wraith had some skill after all. But soon enough, we found ourselves with bigger problems. Isn't it funny how the memory of dying from forgetting to heal actually stings worse than a scorpion jabbing you right in the cock?
need to recharge my shield.
Now, I sat and looked at this portal and my first thought was, what a fucking idiot! Then I took another look and I thought, hang on a minute, did he just block the entrance using a portal so that they can't get in? Yes he did. Then the realization dawned that I might actually be getting carried right now. Well, that was that. But there was still one more squad to deal with on the high ground. Not before I get myself some level 4 shit. Thanks very much. But as you know, fighting foes on the high ground, not always favourable. I thought about going up there to punch them right in the dick, but we thought better of it. So we ran to the respawn beacon instead and picked up our teammate, ready for the final fight. I quite fancied the care package, so I decided I was going to head towards it. But combat was nearby. And this time, it was our turn to have the motherfucking high ground. Was that it? Because everything was strangely quiet. The fight was over, but there was still someone clearly lurking. Perhaps a level 4 knockdown shield? Or maybe they had... Oh well, get fucked. By the way, I'm reporting that guy for carrying that shit should be punishable by death. You motherfucking cunt.